How's it going, gamer? You got hands here, and today in Dauntless we're going over this pretty epic acidic savagery wound war pike build, and this is meta for the war pike, guys. This is awesome. What you want to do first is wound every single part of the behemoth with your light attack, so you can increase your damage by intervals of 6 for every part that is wounded. And as you can see, they glow a blue aether glow. And when they're all wounded, you have that increased damage, and you're going to want to just go ham with your heavy attacks and start breaking those parts, because once those parts are all wounded, they take increased part damage, and your build even adds more damage. Remember, with each wounded part we gain plus 6% damage, and that's stacking with the rest of our build with rage. That's at 25%, overpower, predator. It's amazing. And also remember, you're boosting the damage for your other teammates, so I'll explain the rest of that in this build. So turn on your system, grab your war pike, and get ready. How's it going, gamer? I'm real excited to show you this acidic savagery build for the war pike. It is epic, guys. I'm talking about this is meta for the war pike. You can use this in solos, you can use this in teams, and this baby is awesome. What it does is it wounds all the behemoth parts, so all the other weapons, your teammates or yourself, do extra damage. And I'm going to explain how much damage personally for this build and how much your teammates get. But remember, when your part is wounded on a behemoth, that increases your part damage, which allows you to break off the parts a lot easier and quicker and stagger the behemoth. So let's go over this build real quick, and I hope you are really excited, because I am, because this is amazing. This is definitely meta right now, and you can use it in the Dauntless trials. Definitely check it out. So what we're going to do is get Inferno's arrow, and that's Helion's war pike. That has a +3 overpower in it. We're going to put a +3 discipline cell and a +3 overpower cell. And I like to use Savage Wellspring because that gives you a +25% critical strike chance for you and your team. That aura is epic. And then for the mod, you're definitely going to need this Trials mod. It's Executioner Spearhead. Each time a behemoth is wounded, you gain +6% damage. And come on, guys, that is awesome. You can get up to like 4, 5, 6. You can get a lot of wounds, especially in escalation. Think about that, how many wounds you get on a behemoth. So that damage stacks. And then what this build does, because it's war pike, our light attacks are to the wounds, and then our heavy attacks break parts. So we have best of both worlds. We're going to wound them, increase our damage, and then break parts. So next you're going to use Rezakuri's helmet, Light's Crown. That has a +3 conduit in it, and we're going to put a +3 acidic cell that increases our wound damage at the cost of part damage. But this is what the build is all about. It's a wounding, savage, acidic, epic damage build, and it's beautiful. And next we're going to use Quillshot Spike Jacket, and it has a +3 savagery, and we're going to put a +3 predator cell in there. And for the hands, it's Malkurion's Grasps. That has a +3 predator, and we're going to put a +3 savagery cell in there. And then next is Charog's Feet, it's Treads, that has a +3 rage, and we're going to put another +3 rage. So we're going to be at half health, guys, but we're going to be doing some good, decent damage, both in terms of wound, part, and raw damage. Next, we're using Embermane's Rapture. That's because it gives us increased attack speed for 25% increased attack speed for 8 seconds. And we're going to put a +3 conduit cell in there. And don't forget about your tonics. We're definitely going to use Inside Tonic, because that increases our wound damage 40%. That's really nice. Frenzy Tonic and Blitz Tonic for the damage and the attack speed. Remember, guys, the meta builds all utilize tonics because they're there. Why not use them? And all in all, we have a +6 conduit, which increases our attack speed for 15% for us and all the rest of the Slayers. And remember, this build is really good with a team and by yourself, but definitely with a team. And then next we have +6 overpower that increases our damage for 60%. And here's Predator, that's 35% damage. Rage, that's another 25% damage. And then don't forget our mod that was on our war pike that increased our damage +6% for every wound. So just, add up all that. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. And next is our +6 savagery, which is 100% increased damage versus wounded parts. So remember, we're going to be wounding everything, and then we're going to be damaging everything. So as I said just a little bit before, all this damage is just stacking up. It's great. And acidic is converting 50% of our part damage to wound damage. So that's more wound damage. And then here's discipline, so we're at half health. Increases our critical strike chance, but allows us to use rage and increases our attack speed and our damage with our tonics. Remember, the tonics are all synergized. So the guys, this build is really good, and you have to remember that the red numbers is the wound damage, and slashing weapons like swords and stuff deal plus 50% part damage to wounded parts, you know, so remember that with your teammates. And also blunt weapons do a plus 25% part damage versus wounded parts. And our piercing weapons, they have their negative percent 25% damage taken away once the part is wounded. So once we wound everything, that's giving us more damage, that's giving us our teammates more damage. And I really hope you're excited about this build like I am. Alright gamer, that's all I got for you today. I really hope you're able to make this build and maybe even go into Trials Dauntless version and kick some butt. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button and throw a comment down below. This is Hands signing out. Peace!